Welcome to Life Giving Conversations with Tobeka Dlamini. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's good to have you. We are approaching festive season. We have conversations around families, around marriages that are going to encourage you and build you up. Please do hit the subscription button if you have not subscribed, and please do share this broadcast, and please do like this content as we reach more families all over the world, I believe. It's good to have you with us today as we are approaching festive season. We're going to be just zooming in on the topic of, visiting family around festive season, and also maybe navigating the expectations of festive season and being able to plan accordingly for this time, and being able to do what we need to do as families also without us maybe stepping over certain boundaries and still managing healthy relationships with our extended family. So in the studio, I have again, Pastor Grady. You are welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's so good to have you. I like how you're just very transparent, very straightforward. You don't edit anything, and I think that if we know the truth will definitely set us free.
Definitely.
And sometimes we do need to have raw conversations and discuss the things that are affecting marriages and families. And maybe if they hear it from somewhere on social media from a neutral person, it can be able to educate and be able to enlighten, not in an environment of accusation or criticism, but a neutral ground where we are all here to learn. So I'm looking forward to this very conversation. The last one we had was so nice. I wish we recorded 3 of those. I thoroughly enjoyed the one we did on navigating in-law relationships. If you haven't seen that video, please do go back and check on our channel. There's a very lovely conversation on navigating in-law relationships. But today we're zooming into festive season. We've been busy the whole year. Families have been, I know you from Limpopo, so Bongwanamma have been busy the whole year, and then so we just need to first understand how we navigate the season. But before we do that, let's talk a little bit about the importance of fellowship. I know in our previous video you touched on it, that leaving does not mean abandoning. But there are certain adjustments that happen when a man is now building his own family and raising his own family. Maybe let's just zoom in. How important it is it for families to gather? This is now outside of funerals and weddings and all of that. How important is it for extended family to come together and just have a time of fellowship? Not because someone has died, not because someone is getting married. Maybe we can have a convo around that.
I think it's extremely important. This is where memories are built. I mean, we here today will tell you when we grow up, we used to go and we're men with cousins. That's where we get to bond and get to in touch with each other, because during the year it's only us and our children. So our children get to engage with their cousins, get to build the relationship with their cousins, and us as adults, we also get to bond and have that time to unwind from work and everything. Come home, relax, let's have conversation, let's have cozy, laugh, and
let's laugh a bit.
Laugh and have fun. It's nice, cook nice meal. You always eating your food. The nice thing is when you're home, we're there. Today I'm the one who's cooking. You get to enjoy my food. Tomorrow is that one that is cooking. So we get to bond. We get to bond and just have fun. I believe that's where memories are built. That's where
it's important.
Bond between the children. It's built, because if they don't have time to come together and see us also as parents having a harmonious relationship, then they get to know it's important that time and again they visit each other. They have that, because we live in isolated world, man. It's only our children.
Life has become busy. So
busy.
We only see family at that time, and it must be a good time.
You see? So that during that time it's nice, festive vibes. Like we are wise. It's pity. But I think also when we come together as a family, there's just this vibe, man. Especially if it's in a healthy family. When a vibe, so it's very nice. The mood, everything, the atmosphere, it's just so beautiful. It's Merry Christmas vibes.
Yes, and obviously then we're looking at this time. It's a good time for some couples, but for some couples it's not a good time. And I want us to just zoom in, because I think what we're trying to bring across is that time should be healthy. That time should be liberating.
Yes.
It should be relaxing.
Yes.
It should be healing. That's where you laugh.
Yeah.
That's where you're supposed to just lay off some of the pressures from the year.
Yes.
And anything that could have happened in the year. But the truth of the matter is, festive season, you find that some couples are actually at loggerheads and are fighting when it comes to time, for going home. Maybe can we zoom in on why, for some families, this is not an easy time?
Okay.
Or what complicates this time of the year for some couples?
For some couples, I would say for Makoti, it could be anxiety attacks.
Okay.
You go into the in-laws, the expectations, Zabo, and you're going to get there and be lost, especially if it's not a good environment. You feel like you're getting lost. Instead of getting there and relaxed and have fun and enjoy, it's the time where you're going to get strenuous, you're going to get depressed being in that environment, where you even feel rejected, you don't feel loved, and the man thought he's going home to relax and, just ease the pressure of the whole year. Guess what? He's going there to solve Makoti. It's moody today.
Sure.
Baby, are you okay? It's your mother who said this. It's your sister that said this. That's why she's in the room. I want to pack the bags and leave. It's a drama for some people. So those are one of those challenges. It's not really a Merry Christmas for everyone. Some, they're not looking forward. You marry this man, waboma. Come December, come rain, come shine, whether there's money or no money, we are going home.
Yeah.
So he is forcing. In fact, there's a culture.
It's over years that culture has been created. Yeah.
Come December, we must, whether there's money or no money. And sometimes as a wife, you become frustrated. Things are not adding up. And come January, and he's like, we'll see how we sort that one out. And sometimes you get stressed because he get in there and dump you and get to go and associate with the friends and everybody
grow up with,
spend money, become Father Christmas, because also when people are coming from this side going to Limpopo, everybody thinks they are loaded.
Gauteng has money.
Not everyone.
Yeah.
Some they just
Gauteng is where the money is.
Yes, and they feel like you come there, and because we also want to impress. When they go home, they buy new clothes. You must come home and be visible. Can't nix the bangles.
Yeah, it's on reserve.
Yes, so it's on reserve. Even January, we don't even know how we're going to get through January. So it's not really that Merry Christmas for some people. Some families, they go even as siblings without Makoti.
Sure.
Siblings come together, they are happy first day. Sham come second day, third day. They are going back one by one, even before the planned time. Because people fight over food.
Sure.
You came empty-handed, yet you did an expensive hairstyle.
You've done your nails.
You have done your nails, you have children, you didn't bring them with pigs.
Yeah.
What do you think they will eat? Those smaller things can just ruin the festive mode, of which the most amazing thing people can do is to communicate. Communicate up front. We're going home. What is the plan? If we put the money aside, let's put the money aside to plan for December. If we buying groceries, let's have an agreement. That one that is married doesn't mean that because he's the man and he's working, he must buy the grocery that is going to cover
for everybody.
Everyone. And then, Tina, we can dress up and just show up. No, we need to sit down as siblings, even with our brother that is married, to say, we're going home. What is the plan? And that one is say, okay, I will cover this one according to the agreement they have with the wife. This side, I'm married, I have a husband. We can also sit down and have an agreement to say, okay, Tina will cover this one will cover this one. Then we go home, we're going to have a peaceful Christmas. So communication is everything.
So there's an issue of expectations and the issue of communication.
Yes.
And then, so you find that there's a certain expectation, either maybe if there's, your breadwinners or your brother or whoever, it could be a sister.
Yes,
it depends. Then there's an expectation that person must carry the load of the festive season.
Yes.
And still be able to cater for their own family.
Yes.
For the January expenses.
Yes. And I think that's what we do, Emakai. When a person comes from Gauteng, they think it's loaded. And even the appetite change, the menu change.
Okay.
Because was a breadwinner.
Yeah.
And without them even knowing, and sometimes even they know. Like when you leave Gauteng going home, it's like there's this expectation that you must come carrying lots and lots, of which sometimes it doesn't need to be lot on lot. You just have to come there
To
and show up and be home, even when you don't have money. I pray and wish that in these festives, families can be that accommodative. Even the parents, call your child and say, my son, you can come home even if you don't have money. As long as you can come, I will give you the money to go back.
We just want
we
you to
cover
be
each
there.
other. We just want to have a union and a fellowship together. It doesn't need to show that you are not working. And even as a siblings, you're like, that one must stay there. He or she's going to be a parent. We need to cover each other and say, come home. Even if you don't have money to buy bread, come home.
We will see how we
And if we are working, why can't we come together and say, let's give him or her money for taxi. He comes this side. He come and enjoy his Christmas with the family, and without feeling better. We're like, when we have a meeting, family meeting, discussing issues of who's popping what, please don't feel somehow. We understand your situation. Validate and affirm that sibling. It will make it easier for them. Yes.
Because I think a lot of times in some families as well, I know families will be going down. There is also that issue of the respect you get is based on what you bring to the table. Yeah. That's very dominant in families. Yes. You find that it's a family, it's got many people that are working, but you are sort of attended to or adhered to based on
what you brought.
I
believe every parent is responsible for that. As mothers, as fathers, as parents, we are the ones who can make children or siblings start fighting.
Yeah.
Because I'm the one who kind of picked that one to say, you just came here empty-handed, and you think, what are we going to eat, or what will you be eating? As your parent, you have never been here the whole year, and today you come here empty-handed. You understand? So that thing, the bar is set by the parent.
Definitely.
And the parent can deal with that if the children are the ones that are bringing it up. Because sometimes the siblings are the one who gonna be
it must be corrected with
the parent must harshly, not even softly, must harshly address that one. To say, as much as you are my children, you are not equal. You will never, ever be equal. There will always be someone who's higher than all of you. And the one who's higher than all of you must not be abused because he's higher. And the one that is lower must not be oppressed because it's lower. The one that are on the middle must keep the balance. Because that one is high with salary, doesn't mean others must, fold hands. Come with the little you have and let's boost that one who's high. The one who's low must never be made feel like you don't have value because you don't have money. You don't have a voice because you didn't. This one must feel like they belong to this family and they have a right to eat bread in that bread bin, even though they don't afford bread right now. That thing is a sickness that is there in so many families that you only valued because of what you can put on the table. And that is 100% wrong. Pila, that is witchcraft on a high level. Because how can you exclude somebody to say, they are not working, what is it that they must
What
bring?
is it that
And in fact, that's what causes more depression in so many people during this time of festives. Because now reality hits. You are nothing. Look at them. They all went home and when you don't even relate. And that's why next time when that person is working, they don't come home. Because by the time they had nothing, you didn't want them. Also today, because they have
were
something.
not seen.
They were not seen. They were not valued. But today, because now they've got something, they fit in. No, in a family, you must belong even when you don't have. You must never be made.
That is your family, and your belonging there should not be measured by your income.
Please. Please, money should not be an issue. It should not. Your value in there, you remain a sibling, even the day you don't have shoes. And in fact, that's where love comes in.
Exactly.
When our children see us covering each other to say, oh, so and so doesn't even have shoes. You want to come home. And I have. Why not? Send that money. And the most, the sad thing is that as much as we don't cover each other as siblings, we are good in covering strangers out there.
Yep.
Your own sibling, you have a problem with covering them. You know that one is not working. He can or she can't even afford shoes. Give them that 200, give them that 300. Let them buy shoes and look nice and come to Limpopo and enjoy the festives. So,
No, you've raised some very, very valid points. Around this time, there's a lot of frustration.
Yes.
There's a lot of anxiety. And, with everything that has happened, even in the economy, you're finding that most people are not even able to go home. Maybe let's touch a little bit on where do we draw the line and how do we manage expectations around this time? You know, it could be because you're not showing up, or it could be because you're showing up with nothing.
Okay.
I mean, between, you know, a scenario could
Yes,
be anything.
yes.
But you love family and you want to be there. But so there's been so much disruption, especially around finances. Everything has gone up. You know, diesel has gone
Yes.
up, food has gone up, and things are not as simple as they used to be before. Maybe can you balance us on how that can be navigated?
Okay. I think as families, we must manage our expectations and understand that things are changing almost every day. The fact that last year your children managed to come home doesn't mean they're going to come. Mhlambe in the past, they used to come like every
year.
Every year on Christmas, it was a must. And as a parent, also don't give them a pressure. When are you coming? In fact, the coach should be, will you manage to come? And my child, if you are not able to come, it is okay. I understand. I mean, as a parent, you are the one who must understand your children more. To say, my son or my daughter is not working. And if they can't make it home this year, I know it's sad when you're home as a parent, you know, you see those one, they are receiving their children, is coming there, and you feel like, yo, yours are the worst. They are not even showing up. And you must just understand we are not the same. And seasons are not the same. And if it's not possible, it's okay. Communicate, talk about it. Even now, who's in Gauteng and not able to go home, call and make that call and manage their expectation to say, I would love to come. But hey, things are very tough. As it is, I don't even know. The school fees for this year is not even paid up. This January, we need, you know, school fees, we need new uniform. And I don't even know how I'm going to get through that. So I am not able to come. And that doesn't change how I feel about my family. The fact that I'm unable to show up. Unfortunately, most people are being depressed because of those expectations. They want to live up to those expectations because I am expected to show up. If I don't show up, I look like I'm failing them. Therefore, you stretch yourself. Come January, you faint with depression because nothing is adding up.
You can't navigate,
You can never be everywhere, every time. Even with your family, you need to understand that at some point, you are going to disappoint them in times of like this, festive seasons where they expect you to show up. We are a couple, you just get married, and your in-laws are even calling and say, are you bringing makoti? And guess what? You don't even have meal where you are staying.
Where you are.
How are you going to get in there? And I believe families must be open enough. If it's a mother, you have a son, they got married, and you know with Mhlambe you are expecting them. Talk to your son to say, will you manage to come? And if your son is saying, unfortunately, Mama, we are not balancing, take it. It's not easy, but take it. And it's okay to say, yo, I'm disappointed. I was hoping you will come, but now that you're not coming, but it's okay. And be okay with them.
Be okay with them.
Give them a blessing. Man. One day there's going to be a year where things are going to add up. And then there's somebody who's able to go home, but go home empty-handed. Communicate that. Because you know your family. You know your family, they are used to you coming with the moment you say you are coming, you're coming with plastics. Even their expectations are like, sugar is not there, don't worry, she will sort it out. Spice is not there, don't worry, she will sort it out. So it's okay to communicate, to say, Mommy or Daddy, I would love to come home, but you are the way I'm so broke. I can only manage money to come home. Should I come home or should I send it? I think it should come to that. So that they say to you, no one, even if don't worry, grocery, like people in Limpopo, they do stock files and what. Coming this time, they have groceries and everything. And the parents, some parents are so genuine to say, Wanaka, as long as you can arrive, I'm happy. Don't worry about grocery. There's plenty of food. All that I want is to see you more than the plastics you are bringing. I think most of the people are being depressed by the loads they must bring more than them getting home. I think if it was not an issue of bringing a lot of groceries and the expectations of people when you go home, most people will go home on the festives. The biggest stress is what are you bringing? Because the family can be you can even see the disappointment on their face to say, you really came from Gauteng without
anything.
But without even KFC. Then you get depressed. Of which that fellowship is more important than the KFC. The moment you're going to put the focus and say, you know, as long as we are together, we'll share whatever. And if there's a grocery, there's somebody who did this stock fail, it's okay to say, hey, this grocery, a stock fail, when I get the taxi and get home. And then you go home with a free heart, knowing that as long as I have arrived home, when you come, they are happy to carry your bag, knowing that there's absolutely nothing. Mhlambe you only brought apples because that's what, or mhlambe you don't even have those apples. You only have money, like as in the
Just
way
to
it
arrive.
is. You couldn't even buy cold drink on the road. You just wanted to arrive home. The family must learn to appreciate that. But that is also manageable in communication. Communicate before you come. Tell them your state where you are and let them be the one, especially if you still have parents that are still alive or even siblings. Talk as siblings to say, hey, you know what, right now where I am, I'm at my lowest. I mean, we're 6 siblings in my home. And we always talk to say, guys, you know what, right now things are not adding up. And they'll say, hey, brah, come, don't worry. As long as you, and the other one will even say, how much is your taxes this month? Don't worry, quickly. The notification, take the money and come home. All that we want is for you to be here. It's not the bags you are bringing. I think with the moment we need to shift the focus. It's not what you're bringing, but you coming. But yeah, managing that, it's all in communication. If you just rock up, they might say, what did you bring? You could have stayed there and gave us that and 400 or 500.
The transport money.
Yeah, we could have bought million bribe pack and now it's empty and dry. When now you took a taxi with 700 coming home, of which you could have given them to buy rice and enjoy Christmas just like any other person. Yeah.
I think those are very healthy boundaries to say that, because I've seen it, especially with the younger couples, you want to be there every time. And at that time, you are starting out, you don't have.
Yeah.
But because it's a culture that in this family, every December, everybody must be together. So the couple ends up going overboard to meet the culture.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe we can bring a balance there. There are cultures in every family. Now, how do we navigate as a couple if there's a culture of in December we are together.
Okay.
And that is standard. And all of us are together.
Must be there.
How do we navigate that? This is now for a new couple.
Yes.
That is just,
I think that one is the husband that must come in.
Okay.
Because as a couple, we are the one who knows our finances. Yes, it's for the husband to speak to his family. To say, I know we have this culture in this house and I respect the culture. That, like, I love it. I don't only respect it. I love it. I enjoy it. But right now where we are with my wife, financially, we're not doing well. And we are unable to join you. If it's this year, we are unable to join you this year. And we know we're going to miss out. And trust me, I'm going to be miserable without that culture. I love it. I respect it. Say it in a nice way. You understand? Don't, you know? And in the meantime, start your own culture to say, okay, if that one, yes, we can't be following it due to our financial whatever, then let's start our own. I mean, even when we have finances, the man will leave his father and mother and bequeath to his wife. They are allowed to start their own culture to say, you know what, for this year, we're not going for Christmas. And we want to have our Christmas on our own and enjoy our own Christmas and have our little Christmas, although it's family time, but we want to go away. Let's say they want to have a holiday somewhere. It is okay. We need to grant them that to say, you know what, it's been a hectic year. Go and have Christmas there. Or negotiate and say, we're going to come on the 31st, but the 25th we won't be there. Or we'll come on Christmas, but we're going to 31st we won't be there. Communication, man, breaks everything. To say, I love this culture, but unfortunately I won't be there from 16 December until the 2nd of January every year. This is how I'm going to work it out. And it is okay. We must be ready to adjust as we grow and evolve.
Yes.
Because we are growing.
We are growing.
And then we are evolving. You're going to start your own family. There's a certain culture that you want to implement. Then how do we have the fellowship without jumping or breaking those barriers and boundaries? And then it all starts with communication. Yes.
No, that is so profound. It means openness and obviously the manner in which you communicate, the changes also matters. But also I want to touch on this. We have working wives, you know, that, you know, some are nurses, you know, some are doctors, some are, you know, women have, have expanded. They're in different areas of work, and it's not like before, where as a makoti you would go there, but you haven't really been doing much. You've just been managing the household. So what would you advise? Because I've seen a culture, especially with the working wives. Yes, you find that they have not rested up until the point of maybe December the 16th. Let's say 15th is usually then the cut-off day. They say, okay, we are closing. Then after the 15th, it means it's 2 weeks. Am I right?
Yes.
Before the end of the month.
Yes.
And then that 2 weeks usually would then be spent with the in-laws in some families. And you find that the working wife has not necessarily had a gap to just say, okay, let me rest a little bit before I take care of everybody else. What would you advise? Because you usually find that office opening is usually around the 6th year, sometimes the 2nd, but sometimes around the 6th year.
Yes.
And then a person has not had a breather from
time.
Yeah, from the whole year. What would your advice be, especially with working wives?
My advice would be talk to your husband about your concerns. Like, don't come and say, I'm always going to home, I get tired, blah, 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 you fight. I think it's the how part. Talk to him to say, you know what, I realize that every year, and this is a beautiful culture, we go home, our children get to bond with their cousins, and I see you, you get to bond with your family. And remember, when you go to the in-laws, you can't just go there and lazy around. There are expectations that you must come and Otisa, even though they are not saying it. You can't come and lazy around and say, I'm tired, I want to sleep until 10. You can't do that. Of which in your house, you can be like, this week I'll hire somebody, she will clean, and I will sleep.
I'm shutting down.
She will clean and do the laundry. I am literally shutting down. And here we can eat takeaway. If we don't eat takeaway, our husbands cook, guys. They cook. So they can take care of you. So as a working wife, talk to your husband. To say, baby, I love the culture that we're doing in this family. It's beautiful. But I'm honestly drained. And I need to refill my cup. How about this year we don't go home? And because some men like Kiboma, he wants to go. Even before you close, he's already home. And then you talk about it to say, how about we don't go? Or if you go, but if he goes alone, it's also not a good sign. But I think it will be good. Talk to your husband to say, may we please not go? I really need that 2 weeks to recap and just bring back myself, have rest. Like I want a bed rest. The whole week my plan is to even find somebody who's gonna do the spring cleaning, the washing, the ironing. For me, it would be to bath and rest, go do massage and sleep until late. Every time we rush into work, even me and you as a couple, we don't have time to connect because I'm forever, if it's shift, like it's a nurse or whatever, they're forever, when you come to work, I'm going to work. When we don't have time to connect. So how about we use this time to be our time to connect, where we can just be together under one space and then have a better way. And I would say to wives, pray about it. Then go to the husband, ask for permission.
Politely, obviously.
Politely. And believe you me, there's no way he will come around. And if he forces, you're like, okay, are you okay to go along? If he forces and says, no, I want to go home. And you ask, is it okay if you can take the kids and go with them? And honestly, I can do it fresh air. Take them all. I will remain here. Then you remain here, you rest. And call them at home to say, you know what, I'm on leave, but I'm exhausted. I really need to rest. I know some, they won't get it. They'll be like, oh, she's on leave, so she's just sitting there, and already it's being interpreted as if like, okay, maybe there's a negative vibe, but you need that. As couples, we are there to protect each other. Husband, if your wife is tired, stop that culture. Your wife come first. If she's tired, cover up for her. Make sure you don't go home for that December for her. Then say, okay, we'll go one of the days when you are off in January or February, when on those off days, one weekend or during the week, if she, because some they get off during the week. Then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we go there, we see mama and papa and whoever, and then we come back, and that's it. Or bring them this side. Bring them this side. If you have a big house, bring them for that 2-3 days, 5 days, let them come and see you, and then take them back home. It's always good.
I think the gist of the matter is just so long as there's communication and so long as there's obviously polite communication, proper communication, and also so long as there's that room for connection. It's not as if you are abandoning or cutting people off, or it becomes toxic when it's about cutting people off. Now we've got families that are out there that are really at loggerheads. They are divided on every level, and some people have even taken decisions not to visit their family, you know, and these are the realities that people are facing out there. What would you say to that couple that has had so much of drama from, you know, from that side of, they don't know how to bridge the gap, especially around Festive? Would you suggest a visit? Would you suggest a short visit? Would you suggest the in and out? Because at the end of the day, family is family. And you can never really completely cut off family. So I just want us to have a discussion around that as you address those type of families.
Okay, like they don't
associate, they just don't see a need to associate. So it's not even that they've been, there are families that are facing that.
Okay.
You find that people have been disgruntled so much that they feel, no, we're at peace here.
When we're
not gonna even go, which is unhealthy, especially for the little children that they are raising. Yeah,
I believe healing starts with us.
Yeah,
it doesn't help for you to go there when you know you're still wounded and carrying a, you know,
carrying a lot from the experience.
You can explode. You can in fact even mess up a lot of things, even though you know there's that whatever that is happening. As long as you have healed and you and your partner have agreed to say, let's give it a try.
Yeah.
We know they might reject us. We know they might not welcome us. But yeah, it's family. If you feel you need to go. But if you feel that you don't need to go, honestly, I would say during this time, it will be the time for you to reflect and say, pray for them, pray for yourself, work on healing. One day when it's not festives, ask for a meeting if it is doable. To sit down and say, 1, 2, 3 didn't go well with us and it has built this wall that is not nice. The reason why you see us doing 1, 2, 3 or we see 1, 2, 3 happening is because of that. Try to solve it, because families can be very toxic.
Yep.
And honestly, when it's toxic, it's dangerous. So don't be blind. Don't be blind. As a Makoti, do not inherit it, especially if it's your in-laws, because this is both sides. It could be your side as Makoti.
It could be,
It could be his side. If it's his side, it's his battle to fight. You are there as a supporting structure. You are there. If he says, we are not going, definitely you must not force to go. But pray for wisdom so that there can be peace and wisdom and a better way to approach whatever that has caused the tension, so that they manage to fix it. Because believe you me, your children are going to be lonely children. Living all by themselves. They hear other kids say, you know, my cousin, and they never had to experience that. It's sad. I mean, it's sad for kids to have a good relationship with one side of the family. And our children today, they talk. They ask, when are we seeing those ones?
When are we seeing the other cousins?
Yes, because we want to go and see them. And so it is really very good. I will highly recommend that people try to fix things. We are not on this world forever. One day we're going to leave, and we're going to leave those children stranded and all by themselves.
In islands,
and believe you me, even them as siblings. I hear so many parents say, I do my best to make sure my children relate, yet they do not do their best to fix their relationship with their own siblings. Guess what?
And they are modeling it.
Children, they learn through observing. They don't listen to what you are saying. They observe how you do things. And this is how they're gonna learn. You can say, I want you to unite with your brother. You are one. And one day they will tell you, you and your brother are not getting along. Or my father and his sisters are not getting along. It's not, you are planting that seed, and that is something we should protect our children from. I know it's out there, it's there, but they should not receive it from you saying, those ones, I don't want them. You are planting a seed, they will grow up. This one will not want the sister or the brother. Where did they get it? From you. And you get surprised.
I think that's a very important point. They learn through modeling. So in other words, there are discussions that we can have as a couple. Even if we are disgruntled with either our sisters or our brothers, there are conversations we can't have in front of the children.
No.
Because any grievance, they sort of will take over those grievances as their own. And will hold it within them. They might not say, but they will start to question, and it starts to affect how they see family.
Even their attitude towards that one, because you spoke bad about them, then now they come across that aunt, and aunt goes like, hello, Nana. You go like,
then there's an attitude.
And then this child, it's what this child heard about you when you were not there. And they are very good actors, Shem. They will send the message even when you pretend.
No, definitely.
They will send it.
Yeah, no,
so
definitely.
It's very important to protect them, protect their psyche.
Yeah.
Protect what you give
Very
them.
important.
Protect
You can't
them
correct
at all
it. Yeah.
Protect them at all costs. Even if they say, I met Auntie so and so, and you are like, try to cover it up, unless you see that it's extreme. But also it's important to let our children, because they can be naive.
Yeah.
If you see that this one, the toxicity of that one, I can kill my child. And it's okay to say, hey, the right day.
Just be careful.
Just be careful. Then it's not that bad person.
Also, there are also family members. It goes both ways. There are also family members that if they are with your children, they try to turn your children against you in not so many, in subtle ways, to say you are not parenting right. This is the right way of parenting. Maybe let's talk a little bit about those boundaries, because some people don't allow their kids to visit for the mere fact that when their kids come back, there is a slight attitude that they are not seeing. You know, there's a shift in how the child relates to them and perceives their parenting. Sometimes that's why people don't allow their children to freely go. How can we navigate that?
You know, it's important as parents to heal. Because if we're not healed, we are dangerous. And what I like about kids, I think I dealt with so many kids that will say, Auntie so and so will talk so bad about my mother.
Sure.
And the mother didn't know that your sister says, your mother careless. She's like this and this. That child might develop attitude now while she's young. But trust me, the more she grows up, she's going to hate you to say, how can you talk about my mother like that? How can you talk about my father like that? You understand? So you can't plant that seed. You don't germinate and grow. Yes, for that period, a child can have an attitude, and it's a very bad and a very wrong thing to do. You can't do that.
No, definitely.
They're gonna hate you.
Definitely.
Those kids are gonna hate you.
Definitely.
And as siblings, I think we normally get tempted to do that. What you eat at home, they're like, we're eating, they're like, your mother is lazy. That one, she doesn't want to cook and kids feel like, okay.
She's lazy because you're eating cornflakes.
They're going to like her. And they're like, my mother has a vibe. Every Friday we eat cotton. That one. And they go like, do you know your sister once said you are 1, 2, 3? And especially bad talking about your sibling. That bad to an extent that you discredit and... You know,
you discredit their role because they are a parent.
Their integrity altogether. And I will agree that there are parents that feel like, I can't give Tobile my children because I know that one, when my children come, they see me as an unfit parent because of the things she's fitting them. And in fact, as siblings, we must advocate for each other. They must know when my sister's children come to me and say, you know, your sister is doing that. And I'm like, do you know my sister? She's trying her level best. She's under circumstance, she's trying her best. And the children go like, that one, those ones, they always defend each other. I think that's what our children always say. You see, those ones, they're always defending each other. They stand for each other. And that's what I believe we should plant in our kids. They should know that if I go to Auntie cry about my mother, as much as I'm going to hear her out as a counselor and there's that thing that I'm going to validate her feelings and help her emotionally, I'm coming back to say, do you know your mother is trying her best? And I will definitely knock that one in.
I think maybe in addition to that, also the issue of your parenting style is not the same as my parenting style.
Exactly.
So when we gather, there's no parenting style that should be enforced. What you do in your house must stay in your house. It's a different environment. I've seen that a lot when parenting styles are sort of overlapping. You allow your kids to do certain things. Maybe your sibling does not allow them to do certain things. Now there's a clash because it's like, how come these ones are allowed?
It's allowed, yes. Especially when we come together in Festive. In Festive, this one is allowed to have a phone the whole time. And that one, children are always on social media. Then I think as siblings, if we can come to the level of understanding that our parenting style is different. And that's where to be toxic starts. Because we like, no, you're not teaching your children manners. How can you allow them to be like this? How can you allow them to eat during this time? If you have a child who doesn't like a food like mine, you will have breakfast at 12 or at 1. And then so my sister's children must not eat at 7 because yours want to eat at 1. And you feel like, they can't be doing this. So we need to understand and be accommodative. As much as we're siblings, our parenting style it's going to be different. And may God help us to understand, even during this festive time, as siblings, not to be, stepping on each other or
going over the barrier.
Yes, to say, why do you allow such? Why do, and especially in front of children, because children don't like that. They pick it up, and next time when you say, we're having family, what, they're like, I'm not going. Because no child would like to hear somebody talking bad over their mother or their father, to say, why do, it's like they're discrediting the mother every time they're there, and your children will say, I'm not going to your home. Go, brah. Go alone. They are your siblings. I don't like how they're talking to you. So I guess as siblings, we must learn that, to say our parenting style, it's definitely different.
And we respect those boundaries.
Let's respect them. If your children want to eat at 4 o'clock,
it's okay.
Let's leave them. We don't know why they're living at that, they want to eat at that time. If this is how your kids live, your kids are used to their own space. They want to have the phone and be on TV, and like, they don't want to play with kids outside. Leave them. Let them have freedom. It's okay, yes, very to discipline children, but we must not downgrade each other. Yes.
And overstep boundaries.
Overstep boundaries.
Yes. So, Granny, it's festive season. Any just last message to families out there? It can be joyous for some and not so joyous for some, but the important thing is just for us to speak life where they are. So any last words to our families?
I would say during these festives, if you are Makoti, you are going to the in-laws, go there, prepare yourself, be willing to adjust. Do not overwork yourself. You can never make people to love you. If they don't love you, they don't love you. When they love you, they will love you knowing that you are lazy. And being lazy doesn't mean you must just really let things slide. You can only do the best that you know how to, and up to the limit of your capability. When you're tired, Makoti, you need to rest. That husband of yours still needs you. So it is important that you rest, take a rest, work and have time to rest. You don't need to prove yourself. To the new Makotis, don't prove yourself. Don't oversell yourself. Don't do something that you're not. Don't set a bar of saying, Mina, I'm a workaholic, when you know you are not a workaholic.
Definitely.
Don't go there with an attitude of saying, I don't need to work hard, they don't like me, I will just lazy around. Go in there, take it like you're home. Take your turn. If it's your turn to cook, go in there and cook. Have your turn. Have a conversation. Marry, enjoy, engage with them. Have fun with them. Families, let's adjust. If your brother is not coming home, it is okay. Mother-in-law, if your son and their Makoti and your Makoti, they are not coming home simply because of finances, can you make a room to allow them not to come and be okay and still grant them your blessings to say, my children, I understand if you're not going to make it. Can we adjust and cover each other as siblings? If there's another one who wants to come, they don't have money to come home, and you are capable to help them. Do not expect a lot. Can we be the stress reliever during this time? May people come and rest, come home and rest, and indeed have peace in this festive season. Enjoy Christmas. It's a beautiful time. Festive seasons, family times. If it's not possible, still bless the Lord. Be happy, merry, and don't allow anything to take your peace. Already economy is on most of us, and some things are not easy. May we help them adjust, those who can't. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, Granny. That was a mouthful and some wisdom nuggets for families. I just love how you just touched on everything that is needed. And so we do wish all families out there a very good time of rest, of reflecting, of planning for the year that is coming ahead, and hopefully also a time of forgiveness and releasing any form of resentment or any form of residue from the year. Otherwise, we wish you very healthy families as you are, taking a rest at this time of the year till we have another broadcast, and I see you again. Bye.
Bye.